Hello guys and welcome back to my channel MSAK Trading. Today's topic is uptrend line. Well, before we move to the topic, please subscribe the channel and hit the bell icon. Once we cross 500 subscribers, I'll share a strategy on Bank Nifty and Nifty. Well, how many types of trend line can we draw? We can draw two trend lines, that is uptrend line which will be on the upside direction and downtrend line which will be on a downward direction. Let's understand what is uptrend line, what is the use of uptrend line and how to draw uptrend line on line chart and candlestick chart. Today I'll be teaching you how to draw trend line on line chart. I'll tell you how to draw uptrend line on candlestick chart in the upcoming videos. Let's see what's the use of uptrend line. Uptrend line helps us to identify the direction of the stock. We can see with the help of trend line how strong the trend is and how long the trend can travel. The second one is it helps us to create new positions. And third one is it helps us to know where to exit from a particular stock. But all I can say is once the stock breaks the uptrend line, be prepared to exit. Well, this is a very important concept. Well, I have divided this box in two areas, that is uptrend and downtrend. And this midline is trend line. Remember one thing very well, whenever you draw a uptrend line, price has to remain always above the trend line. That's the reason we have marked here uptrend above the trend line. And whenever you draw a downtrend line, price has to always remain below the downtrend line. If you are drawing a downtrend line, remember the price has to be below the trend line, and when you are drawing a uptrend line, price has to be above the trend line. Now let's go ahead and see how can we draw uptrend line on this diagram. Please go through this. To draw the uptrend line, start from the lowest point and attach to the best points on the higher side. I'll just show you this. Now here in this diagram, if you see, this is the lowest point. This point is lowest point. Now from this lowest point, I'll just drag the line on the right end and I'll move on the upward direction. Now if you see here, we are attaching this line to these points. And if you see, the price has remained above this trend line when the trend was up. And here at this particular point, the trend is broken. Let's move to the next diagram. To draw the trend line, I have to start from the lowest point and I'll just attach it to the best points here. I'll see how best the price remains above the trend line. Now this is how I draw the uptrend line. Now how many points am I connecting here? There are 3 points which I have connected. This is the first point, this is the second point, and this is the third point. And here at this particular level, the trend is broken. So what does it mean? It means that this entire portion was a uptrend area. Now once the trend breaks, there are good chances the trend can start moving downwards. Now let's see the next diagram. Here if you see from your naked eyes, you will understand the direction of the stock has been on the upside. Once it is clear, once you understand the direction of the stock, you can go ahead and draw the trend line. To draw the trend line, I have to start from the lowest point and attach it to the best points on the upper side. Now these are the points what I am attaching here on the upside. In case I draw one more trend line and I attach to these 2 points, you can see I have attached to 2 points here. I'll just mark it, this point and this point. This is not a good trend line. What is the reason? The reason is the price has been coming outside the trend line. You can see here the price has pierced the trend line most of the time, which I would not accept it. Hence the blue colored line would be the good trend line. This would be a good trend line. Let's go to one more diagram. Here in this diagram, you can see the price has been upside here and again the price has traveled upside from here. Now let's go ahead and draw the trend line. To draw the trend line, I have to start from the lowest point and I have to attach the best point on the upside. Now this is the uptrend line. Again here, start from the lowest point and attach to the best point on the upside. Remember one thing, try attaching to minimum 2 points after you start drawing the uptrend line. In case you don't find 2 points, you can also end up with 1 point. Now let's go ahead and draw some trend lines on the line chart. Let me use chart nexus. Let me draw a trend line on weekly chart so that it will be easy to understand. Let me go to a stock Wipro Limited. Okay, here I have line chart. This is on daily basis. I'll convert it to weekly basis. Let me zoom in the chart a little. This is sufficient, I suppose. Okay. First thing what I see is, with the help of naked eyes, I can identify the direction of the stock has been upside here, and then again it has moved down here, and again from this level it has gone up. Let's try drawing trend line on these two particular areas. I'll start from the lowest point. Yes, you can see how beautiful the trend line has been here. Let me draw one more trend line here. Yes, this is also good. Though it's just attaching to one point, I still call this as a good trend line. The reason, the price has remained always above the trend line here, and the price has always remained above the trend line here as well. And once the trend line breaks, as I said you before, prepare yourself to exit, because from this point there are good chances the trend can go in opposite direction. You can see the trend has gone down. Let me pick one more chart. Let me go to Infosys Limited, convert this to weekly chart. Now here, from this point, this was the lowest point, and from here if you see, the direction of the stock has been upside here and a little downside, and again the upside has been continued. Let's see how I can draw a trend line here. Let's start from the lowest point. Yes, this entire area has been on the uptrend. You can see from this point the price has been traveling on the upside direction, right? And once the trend broke here, it has gone down, bounced up, and then again gone down. And here if you see, almost I can attach to multiple points. This is one point here, this is the second point, this is the third point, almost this is the fourth point. I've got 4 points to attach. Let me go to Dr. Reddy's laboratories. Let's try drawing here uptrend line. Let me try weekly chart first. I'm adjusting the chart. Now this is the lowest point for me, and from this point I'm just pulling the line here. Yes, this has been the uptrend line. Now if you see, this entire journey of the stock has been above the trend line. But here I can draw one more trend line, because from this level there has been a steep movement on the upside. How will I draw the trend line here? Just zoom in the chart. I'll start from this point now. This was the lowest point now. You can see this is the trend line what I'm drawing here. In case the stock retraces, probably this will be the first point of contact, and from here the stock can bounce again. If it breaks this trend line, there are good chances the stock will start traveling on the downward direction. Now let's go to Nifty chart, Nifty 50. Let me try drawing the trend line here on daily chart. Here you can see from this point, this lowest point, the price has been continuously traveling on the upside direction. This is what our naked eye sees. Now to draw the trend line, I'll start from the lowest point. Let's start drawing from the lowest point. This is the lowest point here, and if I draw this, yes, this is right up to some extent, but this high has been broken. That's the reason I'll have to change the trend line to this level. Now this is good. Now in case the Nifty retraces, the good chances it will come and touch this trend line, and then this will be a deciding point. Either Nifty will start moving upside here, or from this level Nifty will start falling downside. You can see here entire journey of Nifty has been above the trend line. Now let's go to a last script, that is Bank Nifty. Okay, this is a Nifty bank chart. On the line chart, let me show you how I can draw the trend line. Well, for now let me consider this as the lowest point, and here this was a uptrend line. You can just check out here. Yes, this was a new trend. But what has happened? Again this trend line has been breached. I'm attaching this point and this point to draw the trend line here, and you can see once this point breached, Bank Nifty has fallen down from here. Right? This is how you draw the trend line. Please go back and practice it on Chart Nexus. It will be very easy for you. Well, before I close, let us revise the concept again. Remember this diagram while you are drawing the trend line. While you are drawing a uptrend line, price has to always remain above the trend line. This is the trend line here, right? And while you are drawing the downtrend line, price has to always remain below the trend line. And how to identify the trend? The first thing what you got to do is train your eyes so that you can identify the upward move, and also train your eyes to identify the important points where you can attach and draw a uptrend line. Remember, when drawing the uptrend line, price has to remain above the uptrend line. This is the price, and once it breaches, this can be the point of exit. You have to prepare yourself to exit from a particular stock. Why? The reason, the direction can change and go down. Well, that's it for now. This is a very small video. Go through the video, practice again and again, practice till you are perfect. See you in the next video. I'll teach you how to draw the downtrend line on line chart. If you enjoyed watching this video, please hit the like button. Go ahead and subscribe the channel, share this video, and don't forget to hit the bell icon so that you receive the new updates. Thank you all. See you in the next video.